Hey guys, how's it going? tmanplays here with another Warno ranked game for you today. And we're going to be playing as the 4th Machutzen versus 82nd Airborne. So right off the bat, have these forward deployable commands. Going to be capturing both the back zones. Going to reload this guy, send him up to Zulu. Going to wait till we at least can secure Oscar before we send this guy to the front. So have these two FS Jaeger squads coming in, supported by an Mi-24D. That's basically to take out this Kiowa here. Do fire off one missile there, though, at the Eagle. Unfortunately, miss. Second one, gonna hit the Kiowa there, but only does 3 HE damage on that missile, so not able to actually take that out. Then we actually get hit by what seems to be a Stinger there. Takes us out, allows this Apache just to open up on us. And well, if we notice, Strela still in the rear. Both FS Jaeger gonna go down. Here, find a connection with the AA and the Strela. Fortunately, not enough to kill off the Eagle there. MiG-29 coming in for the Apache. Change targets there to the Kiowa last second, just so that we can go ahead and take that out. And I'm just gonna loiter around this MiG-29. You can see I'm trying to find this Apache. Find the final kill there. Do get the kill. And we're just gonna send this to the back of the map and then evac him over the side. That way he doesn't get shot down. So I do have my command. Just gonna sit here for now. I don't have anything to push this zone. My forward deployable troops did get taken out by the Apache. So gonna take some time before I can really contest that. On the right hand side, just playing defensively, trying out these FS Jaeger with the MGs here, more as just a defensive unit. So I have him just placed at the front of the town, Pioneer Flam in case he gets in. And then we're going to restock the AA missiles on this Mi-24D. Reinforcement wise, bring in an AT gun. It's going to head up to this area, try and lock down this little field. But he is pressuring with some airborne, so do got to be careful of that. Have some more Pioneer Flam and FS Jaeger heading to this right hand side to really zone off this forest to make sure he can't get into my rear point there. So because I see these airborne that we're just about to kind of start marching across the field, pushed up the SPW 70 just to make sure he's not going to overwhelm my lines there. And I'm going to go ahead and move this FS Jaeger with the recon unit here to capture these buildings. Give me some more space to operate on the zone. I also have my helicopter. It's going to be used on this side to make sure he hasn't pushed up any units over here. So bring some more recon. I also have another recon unit. It's going to be heading up to this building there. This one is heading to the far left to make sure that we can capture all this ground. Another Strela coming up, and two T-55 AM2s that are going to be used right here to help me kind of get in this town. So we're just trying to clear this with our Mi-24D, make sure that there's no infantry in this area. We do spot quite a few infantry units, so starting to move across the open here, which is going to be a problem for all my units. We also see his infantry here, so we know that he has control of this building, which is also a problem. So we're going to have to order another helicopter up in case he decides to kind of march those guys across. My recon unit here, going to open up on the Stinger, but he has a lot of kind of fire support in this area, including that grenade launcher. HC gun about to approach. And our helicopter just goes over, make sure there's nothing there, and then he's going to pull back. So FS Jaeger getting hit by some grenade launcher here. There it is. but we are going to be able to kind of hold off this attack for now, as we're trying to deal with all this stuff on the left side. The Cobra, though, really going to cause me some issues, so trying to pull all this back. Moving up RAA, as well as a helicopter from the rear, just to try and route this Cobra away. Unfortunately, though, there is a Stinger here, which does miss twice. We miss. Does finally get a hit there. Strela unfortunately gets tagged by, I believe, the Bradley there. AT gun at least able to get the return kill. And while trying to escape now, so we push just a little too far forward. Our other helicopter here to get shot down by the Avenger there. So not really trading very well at the moment for me. Gonna move up some recon because we're getting shot by this Abrams and we can't even see it. Gonna have to smoke off that T-55 so that we don't take a loss there. Just trying to have that AT gun open up, but not finding a hit just yet. Still missing. This is AT gun just being very inaccurate, even though it has something like 47% accuracy, and it's not even at max range. So it doesn't even find a single hit as of yet. Still misses again. And, well, it goes down without finding a hit. So a bit disappointing. AT plane was flying over to try and take that out. But we lost visual right as the AT gun went down. So just going to loiter this guy in the back and wait for another opportunity. This T-55 at least holding off this infantry from advancing. But now we got a problem at the toe too. And, well, that's going right for this other T-55 that's currently healing. So we're going to have to pull him back. Spot the Abrams again, though, so that's going to allow our AT Su-22 to fly back over. Trying to find a hit there. Do find at least a good hit. Not enough to take out the Abrams, though. And, well, our jet does go down. MiG-29 comes in to try and find a hit on the LGB. Does find a hit, but we're not going to fly that over his AA and risk it. Here, I get a little sloppy. Lose an FS Jaeger to the infantry that's advancing across the open. Gonna try and move this FS Jaeger to help with this engagement, as our Einzgruppe is gonna get a little overwhelmed. So I also call it a bomber to help with this, as we're a little light on ground forces. Gonna have to buy a tank as well in case he does end up breaking through here. So bomber, I see the Avenger Paris. I deem this a more worthy target, so gonna bomb straight on that. Do thankfully take it out, and, well, he doesn't have any more AA in that area, so that's good for me. Strela 10M here, trying to find the kill on the Cobra. Is thankfully gonna get a second shot in there, but our Einzgruppe not going to be able to destroy all this infantry, especially the grenade launch support there. Does end up going down. So we have to move this AA away from this Bradley here, as well as this infantry unit, because the Bradley's just going to be able to open up on that in the open. Going to get a recon helicopter as well. We know he doesn't have AA, so this recon helicopter can just kind of fly over, give us a good idea of what kind of investment he's put to push this side. I did buy some artillery. It's going to start firing on this infantry that I've spotted. Unfortunately, my AA not in the best position there. Does get shot by that Bradley. But now that I know the Bradley's in here, going to move back this infantry. See if I can somehow hit this with the AT weapon. So I'm going to fly over my helicopter as well, since he does have a Bradley somewhere here. We just saw it smoke. So helicopter going to fly back, also help some of this infantry that's pushing across the open. I have another one as well. So doing a nice job of hitting that Bradley. Able to take that out. Rocket's doing a good bit of damage to this infantry. I do have a bomber coming in. Gonna be able to take all that out. And well, the MiG coming in for the LGB needs one more missile hit to take that out. And well, we find the kill there. Unfortunately, though, he's got the Eagle up now, so just trying to move that through his jet. Maybe dodge those missiles, but he does end up taking us out. So we kind of hold off his attack for the most part here. He does still have some infantry in this area, though, so I am moving this FS Jaeger Metis to really help with that. Nearly gets side-shotted there with my T-55, as I completely forgot about the infantry he had here. And well, we see the rest of his airborne on this right-hand side. He's kind of got me surrounded now, so having to position things a bit better to really push him out of this. We see the SPW-70 doing actually a good amount of damage against these infantry units, causing his airborne to kind of retreat there. Really hurting them in the open ground. And well, both helicopters here gonna be able to basically get this infantry out of my back zone, just running across with the Mi-2 to make sure there's nothing else there. We do see some Avenger Paras coming up, so gonna have to pull back these helicopters a bit, get a little low with this one. Unfortunately, though, we still do lose the one. So still have my artillery trying to fire at the infantry there. And well, we're gonna try and maybe start pushing out on this right-hand side. Sheridan comes out of cover, gets popped by the T-55 there. Avenger Paris also in a bad position. Gonna be able to take that out. Now with our infantry, gonna try and capture both of these buildings. Scout ahead with the SPW-70s with the T-55s in support. See the Cobra here doing a lot of damage to my infantry. And well, I don't have AA in this area. So that's a bit of an issue. Gonna have to move this Strela 1 across to try and deal with this Cobra. As I've made progress on this right-hand side, but I still am kind of stuck in limbo on this left-hand side, not able to really push out from this position effectively. Called out a cluster, but kind of lost visual of the tank that I was hoping to drop that on, so just end up hitting the evac button there. Able to take out another Avenger Paras here. And we're going to start moving across our infantry to maybe get in this building, start putting pressure on this command point. As I'm kind of not wanting to attack this objective anymore, I see a lot of opportunity here. So that's why most of my reinforcements are coming on this right-hand side. I am bringing up some more an AT gun just to go more defensive over here. So recon jeep there, gonna get taken out. And well, just evaluating what he has here as we march across our infantry in an aggressive manner. So we see a Kiowa come up, and well, same situation as the left-hand side. I have been sleeping on my AA, so the Hellfire gonna end up taking out a T-55 there. Bring up a helicopter to help with these infantry engagements. At least I smoke off this T-55. Gonna just allow this Hellfire to open up on these SPW-70s, hopefully waste all this so then I can move back up my T-55. But right away, gonna order a Cube to help get rid of some of this air. Also ordering a Strela 1, as I desperately need some AA in this area. Gets tagged by 2 stingers. Not able to control him when he's routed. And well, third stinger and the fourth stinger also would have connected there. So a bit unfortunate. We do, however, have infantry in his point now. Slowly gaining ground against him. Just really need some AA support here. 2 M1 IPs going to be an issue though as they come down this road. So going to move up this Conquers. Maybe find a shot somewhere on one of these tanks if they move just a little bit further up like there. Left hand side, artillery is trying to do something against these scouts, having kind of a difficult time. He was able to take out my command infantry, so that's a more emphasis on me not trying to push this point anymore. Conquer's now in a good position to get shots on these M1 IPs. Gonna force him to smoke off. And we'll finally have this Strela showing up, which is going to be really useful against this Apache. Su-22 cluster kind of loitering in the back, waiting to maybe hit one of these M1 IPs. As the more of these I can take out, the more tank advantage I'll have. So going to be able to take out the one there. Unfortunately, do lose our cluster though. And well, MiG-29 I had flying around to kind of support that. Did end up going down to the Eagle as well. Koob not able to find the hit on the A-10, so we will make it out. But we still have pretty decent momentum here. As you can see, all my attention is here. I still haven't unloaded my AT gun up top here. But calling in more armor, getting my AA kind of resupplied. Moving up some infantry along the edge, pulling back this infantry to heal, getting a Conquerors up so that I can kind of lock down his armor back here eventually. And we're going to start moving forward with our FS Jaeger MGs. So slowly advancing with everything. A piece here. I was going to move to this kind of corner in case he called out a Cobra so that I could take things out. Unbeknownst to me though, M1 IP kind of lurking there. I was able to spot that and kill it. So got to get even more AA up as another Koob is on its way. So seeing this M1 IP here, bring out the cluster to basically take that out. As I'm just healing up my infantry, waiting to advance on this again. So fly it over to the right. Gonna call it out on the full HP M1 IP. And well, gonna drop. Able to take that out. Hellfire here. Gonna be able to take out that T-55 before I can smoke. And gonna pull back the infantry so that we don't just get rocketed by this Apache and lose that. But see, ordering more AA because, well, don't have any AA in this area since my Strela got taken out. So more AA on the way, as well as another T-55 replacement. So Conquer's in a bad spot now that these airborne engineers took out my FS Jaeger MG team. And while the M1 IP going to be doing a lot of damage to these Jaeger, just kind of sitting out in the open. Thankfully, we at least get 3 squads of mod shoots in as a reinforcement. And while these tanks going to be able to kind of deal with this infantry out in the open. Cobra, though, causing my infantry all kinds of problems that I just spent all that time healing. Takes out both squads there. So both bombers coming in now to deal with his units. Do get two really good strikes in, but the eagle right there. And, well, can't really defend this guy. Hopefully the cubes make the eagle think about it, doesn't chase me down. But my big issue this game is just not having AA properly supporting my units. Cluster plane coming in on the far right again. Gonna swing it in, try and take out his M1 IP. Does realign to where it thought the tank would go. I didn't think the tank would quite go there, so I realigned it to somewhere else, but didn't exactly hit there. So 2 more T-55s coming in. So I have some more FS Jaeger to replace the AT capability I lost on this side. Matsutzen going to be trying to chase down his injured infantry, but he does have a full HP airborne engineer squad there, so not really going to be able to take that out. Try and turn around, rethink our decisions, but by this point, we're as good as dead. Mi-2 getting shot at by the Stinger. Artillery trying to land on his infantry, at least destroys that building. And, well, the Mi-2 are going to go down there. Apache going to start causing me problems again. This time I actually have AA. So able to find 2 really nice hits there. And, well, the Cubes going to open up on that A-10. Apache already down. 2 Cubes fire again. Unfortunately, can't find a hit there on that next salvo. But we at least have AA up now, so it's going to allow us to start pushing some of our other assets up. Here, another M1 IP emerges. Gonna have to smoke this guy off as we can't deal with it. Conquers, at least somehow, has a line of sight there. Not quite sure. That LOS. It kind of flies through a building there. Hits the M1 IP. So a bit strange. Does show the M1 IP's perspective, though, having line of sight. It's just kind of weird. But Conquer's trying to get the finishing kill. M1 IP does pull back, but our tank, as well as this Conquer's, not going to be able to find the hit there. Cubes, fortunately, miss again. Not able to finish it off. T-55 able to get the kill there with the ground-to-ground missile. So we see he's starting to kind of push a little bit on this side. I still do have infantry here, though. I just have the 1 tank kind of supporting this. Finally unloaded this pack gun, and then just some basic infantry here. So artillery going to be opening up on the airborne scouts, trying to find some hits. There's a good hit, and, well, moved across this tank to maybe find line of sight on that Bradley, but not going to quite have the angle there. So now pushing up with my command, as I think with this next wave of infantry, I'm actually going to be able to get in here. And just kind of routing this infantry along the edge to cut his resupply lane as far back as possible. See, I'm ordering a lot more infantry, another helicopter as well. Sure enough, we see one of the few remaining M1 IPs there. But this Conquer's only has 1 more missile left. So just trying to move that up, get him in position to fire that last one off, as I'm going to be moving forward these other T-55s with their ground-to-ground missiles to engage this. Conquerors, unfortunately, gets taken out before he can find the hit there. So with all my AA, you shouldn't really be able to fly. But sure enough, he does the perfect call out there with the F-16 seed. Takes out both of my Cubes. And, well, we have the problem of not having enough AA again. So gotta order some more AA. Really learned a lot about my terrible AA placement this game in terms of microing my coops and just not supporting my pushes with AA. Caused me a lot of issues. So sure enough, after a seed call out, he's going to bring over the helicopters. Really smart, trying to move this lone AA piece I have to maybe find a hit here. Really need to keep this alive, so keeping it in cover. Do find a nice angle on the Cobra there. Now looking for the Apache. Do find at least one hit. But now got to reload. So got to wait a bit before we can maybe finish off these other helicopters. Sure enough, he calls out two more ATASs. And well, only have one AA piece. So already a massive problem. I do, however, have a pretty big ground advantage at this point. So I'm just trying to get my mod shoots into good positions. Thankfully, these don't carry many of these air-to-ground rockets. So eventually they will run out, which will allow my command to get into the zone. He does move in range of my AA, thankfully. So Strela can at least find one hit. Finds another hit on the other ATAS. And well, one goes down. CV infantry gets in the zone. I have more AA coming up to really support this. Artillery just on a fire at position. Going for this M1 IP. So pulling back my tanks now. Moving my command infantry to a better location. His Eagle flying right over my line. But by this point, I have these two Strela 10Ms coming up to find the kill on that Eagle. And well, ammo explosion on that M1 IP. Gonna cause him a lot of issues. Does end up smoking off and pulling that back. But by this point, we have 3 more mod shoots and squads. I'm gonna be able to put those in these buildings, really defend this command infantry quite well. And we basically cut off his resupply line from this side, so he's gonna be forced to resupply from this angle. You can see I'm just continuing the pressure of pushing infantry up. Now that I have these 2 more AA pieces, I'm feeling more confident about pushing up my armor. Also have a bomber coming in, just looking for a good target. So helicopters are going to be doing a lot of damage to my infantry there. AT plane comes in, takes out one of my T-55s. All my AA does miss. I have my bomber coming in just to bomb this kind of corner. Thought maybe it can be a CV there. And just more mod shoots in coming up to strengthen my line here. Strela 10M getting artilleried. Trying to find a hit on that Cobra. To at least find a hit on the Apache, which causes that Hellfire to miss, thankfully. But gonna have to pull it back before it goes down to the artillery. Other Strela able to at least take down that Cobra. And while just securing this back line in case he does decide to do like kind of a big push here, because I'm not really prepared for that. So I do at least have an AT gun and some infantry here now. In case he does call out a bunch of stuff here, we can kind of slow that down. But calling up more tanks to cut off this supply line. Moving my infantry up to try and figure out where this command is so I can be at a higher tick. Sure enough, there's the CV. So we did guess right. Bomber just wasn't enough to kill it. And well, that's going to be a full capture of that back zone. put us at a +4. As soon as we take out this LRS, all our vehicles in this tree line are going to be in good position since they won't be spotted by this artillery. So just trying to take that out. Do take it out. Left-hand side, can't really do much here. Bradley going for this T-55. Gonna have to smoke that. Don't want to lose it. And, well, the air assault coming through. Can't find any hits so far on any of his planes. I don't have any more cubes up. Thankfully, these 3 Strela 1s end up taking out that seed aircraft. And, well, the A-10 is going to make it out, but it's going to be a really long time before that comes in again, and there's only 9 minutes left. So at this point, we're looking pretty solid, and our opponent going to end up surrendering. So GG to our opponent there. Pretty solid player. A lot of games. But basically played that kind of bad with 4th. We never really had AA when we needed to have it, which caused our opponent to basically outmaneuver us with his helicopters and take out. We took a lot of unnecessary losses due to his helicopter play and not having proper AA support. So a pretty good learning experience there, getting bullied by his helicopters. Thankfully, though, we were able to kind of close it out, get our AA up eventually, take out some of these helicopters, and, well, our ground presence with our Matschützen just kind of held us over, allowed us to basically slowly take ground against him, outtrade him over time, and give us the win. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that one, and I'll catch you on the next one. Later, guys.